All right, good. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. We certainly appreciate everyone being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you all for the enthusiasm. That's always a good sign. I am calling the meeting to order, but before I do want to make a special point of privilege. After the presentation of recognizing Mr. Williams, I want to ask Mr. McCoon, our attorney, because he has to be somewhere at 9:30. He was expecting for Jim to be here, but Jim is still under the weather, so Mr. McCoon came in that place. But I will ask the council if that's okay. Then we can allow him to go right after that. So with that, the meeting is called to order, and at this time I'd like to call on Pastor Seeker to lead us with the invocation, and after that, I'll lead us with the pledge of stand and remain standing. Thank you, Pastor Seeker.
Let us pray. Holy God, we just come before you this morning, and we give you praise and thanks for all the blessings that you give us. God, we just ask you to open up our eyes so that we can see everything, all the blessings that you have for us, because we don't want to miss anything. This morning, we just lift up our community. We lift up Phenix City. We lift up all the schools that have begun and all the children. We just ask that you just keep those schools safe. And God, that you provide an environment where the children can learn and laugh, and the teachers can teach, and that everything can run smoothly. We lift up everyone that makes the school year happen, all the people behind the scenes, the janitors, the administrators, all the people. God, we just lift them up to you. God, we lift up our police officers and our EMTs that keep our community safe. And God, we just ask that you are with them, that you give them wisdom before they can see things, that they just know things. Your word says that if we ask for wisdom, that you will not only give it to us, but that you will lavish us with it. And so we just ask that you lavish them with wisdom so that they can come home safely to their families. And God, we just lift up this meeting. God, that as the agenda unfolds, that you give the people that are making decisions compassion and your wisdom so that good decisions can be made for this community. Only God, we ask this in your son's precious name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Can you face the flag, please? Attention, salute, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Pastor C. Certainly appreciate that prayer. You can leave. We'll still love you. It won't be held against you. All right. Have a good day. At this time, for the presentation, we'd like to call on our HR Director, Mr. Chastain, as well as the city manager to really give honor where honor is due. That's something that we can all learn from on how we should be toward people and toward each other. So with that being said, is he going to show a video?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have a mic?
Yes.
Okay. Of what really transpired and took place.
Yeah, we're going to show on that particular day that this situation happened. We're going to show you just part of what can happen in our lobby. So I'm going to say this. We're making some major changes in our lobby and the utility department. And a lot of it is because of this reason. We didn't have requests, but this right here really highlighted the situations that we can't have on the grounds of the city. So I want y'all to see this and see some of the public, that the public see some of what goes on. And this is one of the critical incidents that occurred. So whenever you get ready to buy it, I guess it's on, yeah. This is something that happened on this particular day where a person entered our lobby and it was a domestic disturbance, and Stanley Williams, you don't know if that person has a weapon or not, but at the same time, he tried to come between this situation to make sure that he can do something for this citizen that came in and was asking for help. This person ended off the street, so with him trying to converse and talk to this person and talk him down, he went way outside his job performance to do this, and it turned out for the betterment. You see the young man on the phone get called to the back and he called the office manager, which you would see the office manager and her team come out later. They looked after one another, but with Ms. Williams being out there on the floor, you know, you don't, like I said, you don't know if this person had a weapon or not. This is a dangerous situation, but they was able to resolve it. So we all said, see that we got the person, we were able to get the person out of there and get them back onto the street, and we was able to call the police department over. But I commend them on putting themselves in that type of situation because, hey, let's just look at it. You could have kids. You know, we don't know where a person's mind is at these days. You know, there's things we got to do there, prevent things. There's things we got to do better with our library, our museum over there. There's things we got to do there. You know, when you walk in, there's only so many safeguards you can have because, you know, when you're walking into the banks, we have 2 banks next to us. We got televisions. We got people there, or you're going to the cable, or you're going out to power. You're still, it's a certain risk there that's there that we can't hide from. There's other preventatives that we can put in place, and that's what we plan to do. But on this particular day, and when we seen this, we had to take a look at it because, you know, he got a whole different job type. You know, but he went above and beyond, and I want to make sure we recognize that with our employees because he's a valuable employee. He's very important. You can understand this is his 25th year working for the city of Phenix City. And a lot of time, even as being city manager, we have, you know, positions for 500 plus people here. The relationships that other people have that go throughout the city, the work is tremendous. He does a lot that's above his grade for people throughout the city. So most of the partners and most of the people that deal with him within our building, or what he's doing economic development, work with the post office, the other things he do is so much of a variety that he does within his job description and outside of it to help people. And I wanted to make sure that we recognize that and recognize that we're doing this. So, Stephanie,
Come on down, Sam.
Sam, I see you come up here. We have a letter of commendation that we'd like to give you. The letter reads as follows. It is with great respect and appreciation that we commend Mr. Stanley Williams for his exemplary actions on the morning of June the 5th, 2025. Prior to operational hours, a young woman in a state of panic mistakenly entered the utilities lobby, believing it to be the police department. She was being pursued by an aggressive male who followed her into the building, creating a potentially volatile and dangerous situation. Without hesitation, Mr. Williams intervened. He immediately placed himself between the young woman and the aggressor, offering her a safe space and working to de-escalate the situation. Demonstrating quick thinking and a strong sense of responsibility, Mr. Williams waited until the male exited the building and then promptly locked the door to prevent any re-entry, thereby ensuring the continued safety of the young woman and those inside. Mr. Williams' actions were calm, decisive, and courageous. His ability to respond quickly and appropriately in a tense and unexpected situation is highly commendable and reflective of the highest standards of professionalism and care. We are proud to recognize Mr. Stanley Williams for his bravery and dedication to the safety of others. His conduct serves as a model for all employees and exemplifies the values we strive to uphold. Sincerely, Wallace B. Hunter, City Manager, City of Phoenix City.
Good job. Good job, Sam. All right.
So we commend you, we thank you for everything you do. Like I say, you're the eyes and ears of a lot of things around here. You see a lot that I don't see. You see a lot that a lot of us don't see by going through here. And I think it was courageous. You know, Stan recently lost his daughter. You know, so he's going through a lot, a whole lot. So I want to make sure when he's being a good ride with us, to make sure everybody understand that and understand what we feel about you and how we feel about you and how we love you and stuff like that. You know, I enjoy talking every morning. You know, woman, so, you know. Any words you want to say?
It's one of those things, that they think God guide me the right way, was in the part of my life because it was a dangerous situation, but it's part of life these days, We have to understand that, it can happen in your work. So, I appreciate it.
Well, make sure you know we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, Stan.
Together.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Thank you, Stan, so much. It's all about sacrificial leadership. That's exactly what he did. Thank you so much. Proceeding on, council, at this time, I'd like to call on Mr. Tim Cool.
Good morning, council members.
Good morning.
I was asked to leave Mr. Brown, going over the weather, and I came yesterday, I know he was not able to be here today, but I talked with him last night, and just wanted to go later this morning. So I had a previous matter scheduled for today, and I thank the council for taking me early so that I can read that off to you also. This is concerning the claim of Kelly Sanford. This was an automobile accident that took place, I think on March 18th, 2025. There's been a notice of claim submitted. The notice of claim asked for $5 million. They say the notice of claim that would supplement the response for their injured client with medical documentation. We've not gotten any of that. The claim also says that they're claiming that personal property damages to a 2011 Nissan Frontier. That's obviously a mistake because the vehicle was actually a Nissan Rogue. That doesn't matter, obviously. But at this time, I recommend that the claim be denied. This is a collision that took place in a police officer's vehicle, and this lady's vehicle is Kelly Sanford. And he had cleared the intersection to his left. He had stopped. He had his lights, emergency lights and sirens going. And as she entered the intersection, he didn't see her, and they collided. So at this time, I'd ask that it be denied until such time as we get further information submitted to us.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Council, we've heard the attorney's recommendation. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion.
Motion to approve the recommendation.
I got a motion from Councilman Davis and a second Councilman Gordon. Okay. Call for the vote. Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Proceeding on, council and the city clerk, at this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion for the approval of the regular scheduled meeting minutes for the August 4th work session as well as August 5th council meeting. At the pleasure of the council, I would like to ask that we take this in one motion. May I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve it.
Motion, Councilman Gordon, second, Councilman Green. Councilman Green. Okay, Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
At this time, council, are there any unfinished business for any discussion? Not, we will proceed on with the resolutions and under administration. We have resolution number 2025-168 to be ratified in reference to accepting a proposal from McCain Engineer Company Incorporation for the repair of a boiler number 1 sludge bin casting at the wastewater treatment plant in an amount not to exceed $6,063. Ms. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phenix City's wastewater treatment plant operates several boilers for the treatment of municipal wastewater. And whereas boiler number 1 is in need of an emergency repair of the return sludge bin casting which is necessary for the boiler's operation. And whereas McCain Engineering Company, Inc. is a sole source vendor for this repair and has provided the Utilities Department with a quote for $6,063. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby approve of the proposal from McCain Engineering Company, Inc. for the repairs to boiler number 1's sludge bin casting at the wastewater treatment plant in an amount not to exceed $6,063. Passed, approved, and adopted this 7th day of August, 2025. Ratified this 19th day of August, 2025.
Okay, thank you so much. Council, we've heard the resolution at this time. I'd like to ask the council for a motion to ratify, please.
Motion to ratify.
All right. We have the motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion? All right. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilman Gordon.
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, council is resolution adopting an annual transportation plan. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the 2019 Alabama legislature has passed House Bill 2, HB 2, which levied an additional excise tax on gasoline and diesel fuel. And whereas the city of Phenix City will receive a portion of said tax, which will be deposited into a separate fund. And whereas these funds will be solely dedicated to the maintenance, improvement, replacement, and construction of roads as mandated by House Bill 2, HB 2. And whereas the city will adopt an annual transportation plan no later than August 31st, 2025, and will implement during the next fiscal year based on an estimate of revenues. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama intends to utilize funding from HB 2 for the following projects. Construction, including construction engineering and inspection, CE&I, for project STPPC-5721-253. Resurfacing of 4th Avenue, Opelika Road, and Seal Road. Preliminary engineering for resurfacing of River Chase Drive. The city's total obligation for preliminary engineering and construction for these projects total $550,400. The city will utilize $1,073,355.36 of remaining and anticipated gas tax funds to offset these project costs. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Okay. Council, we've heard the reading of the resolution by our clerk. At this time, I ask council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Excuse me. Got a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion?
Yes, Mary, we understand how it works, but with Ms. Moore, is operating on the system, I think the city was going to give them all dollars that gotta be, give them all special project. And also, we're doing bids in all three districts. Yeah.
So this right here is based off the 2019 bill, so we've been doing this every year since then. But that bill actually states that we have to approve a annual transportation plan in August, and then we have to do our report in January. So this is meeting that expectation. So currently, right now, we have $761,531 in the 10-cent gas tax fund. It's estimated that we're going to receive $311,824 from the gas taxes this year. The city plans to use that $1.07 million to do these projects. So that's the construction and construction engineering on 4th Avenue, Opelika Road, and Seal Road. That's just construction money there. And then just for the preliminary engineering on the River Chase Drive, sorry. That right there is also that. So later on, we'll have construction money that's got to go into River Chase Drive for preliminary engineering. So it looks like we have a little bit left over, but it's all been planned out. These are what, we've got our budget for this year. So these are the ones that we're applying for. But these funds also have to be used on very particular projects. You can't just use it for local road resurfaces. You have to use it for projects that follow the ALDOT process. So, we were trying to make everything smooth, make sure that we were doing everything completely right. So any of our NPO roads that we have that we're doing anything on, we can use these funds as our match money. And that's what we're planning to do. And then we meet all of the expectations from the House Bill 2.
Thank you for that, Ms. Moore. Now, as I said a few minutes ago, Mr. Peter done it. What I get, we just have business going in North Phenix City. But that's why I want to express that it's all three districts that we're going to pay.
Yes, sir. That's something Mr. Hunter has always encouraged and told us to do. So right now, we've got a resurfacing project in each district. So we spread it out.
Right.
We're not just doing everything in the middle or anything like that. So we spread it out and make sure that we take care of each district. So that's something that we are very strongly for. We do that with these types of projects and also our local resurfacing and everything else, and our sidewalks.
Thank you, ma'am.
We spread the love.
You were saying that you only can use this on certain roads and all this. The ones that most of the public transportation would use also, those type roads?
Yes, sir. What they're called is like collector streets, arterials, local collector, minor. And so those are all streets that a lot of traffic go to. So those are the streets that we are able to use NPO funds on. So like 13th Avenue, we can't use these types of funds on that. We have to use our local money on that. Something like Crawford Road, that would be one of these
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Appreciate it. Any other comments, discussion? All right. Call for the vote, Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeded in honor, we have a resolution in reference to the satisfaction of the special assessment on property located at 1808 6th Avenue, property owner Jackie L. Phenix. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas resolution number 2023-173, adopted on the 6th day of September 2023, affixed the cost for the demolition of an unsafe structure at 1808 6th Avenue, Phenix City, Alabama, owner being Jackie L. Harris. A special assessment was filed against the property taxes in the amount of $2,350 to be collected by the Russell County Revenue Commissioner. Said special assessment having been recorded in volume 157, page 99 in the office of the Judge of Probate of Russell County. And whereas the full amount of $2,467.50, $2,350 plus interest of $117.50 was paid to the City of Phenix City, Alabama on July 21st, 2025, and said special assessment is entitled to be removed. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby constitute and appoint the Judge of Probate of Russell County, Alabama as its true and lawful attorney for and in its name to enter in the margin of the records where said special assessment is recorded. Full satisfaction thereof, hereby ratifying and confirming any and all acts of said attorney in fact in and about said premises. Be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be forwarded to the Revenue Commissioner of Russell County to release said special assessment placed on property. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution. Council, we've all heard it. This time I'd like to ask for a motion, please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Green. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Any comments or discussion? All right, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on Administration Council, we have a resolution in reference to rescinding resolution number 2025-150, appointing election officer or poll workers for the regular municipal election to the Phenix City Board of Education election for Phenix City to be held on August 26, 2025, and runoff, if necessary, September the 23rd, 2025. Mrs. Davis.
Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that resolution number 2025-150, appointing election officers or poll workers for the regular municipal election and the Phenix City Board of Education election for Phenix City to be held August 26, 2025, and run off, if necessary, September 23rd, 2025, is hereby rescinded. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion. Councilman Davis, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Moore. All right, we have a motion, we have a second. Comments or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, we have a resolution in reference to appointing the election officer or poll workers for the regular municipal election and Phenix City Board of Education election for Phenix City to be held August 26, 2025, and runoff, if necessary, September the 23rd, 2025. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas a regular municipal election and the Phenix City Board of Education election will be held on the 26th day of August, 2025, and a runoff election to be held, if necessary, on the 23rd day of September, 2025. And whereas Section 11-46-27 of the Alabama Code of 1975, as amended, and regulations adopted pursuant thereto, provide, in part, that the municipal governing body, not less than 15 days before the holding of any municipal election, appoint from the municipality officers to hold the election as follows. Where electronic ballot counters are used 1 inspector, and 3 clerks. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that the election officers or poll officials for said election shall be appointed as follows. District 1, Box 1, Martin Idle Park, Community Center. Chief Inspector, Dorothy McElvey Robinson. Inspector, Megan Ann Cole. Clerk, Nancy Button. Clerk, Trell Caballero. Clerk, Heather Lynn Hoffman Gales. Clerk, Sandy Darrell Hill. Clerk, Catherine Poland. Clerk, Gerald Ward Rose. Clerk, Cecil Robinson. Clerk, Lorette Smith. District 2, Box 2, Central Activity Center. Chief Inspector, Faith Daniel Hosley Jackson. Inspector, Annie Thompson. Clerk, Maritha Ashford. Clerk, Monica Bennett. Clerk, Twanda Lisa Blackman. Clerk, Tronuel Bryant. Clerk, Helen Trism. Clerk, Harcola Cooper. Clerk, Barbara Ann Jones. Clerk, Marthenia Henry. Clerk, Betty McGuire. District 3, Box 3, Calvin Spencer Recreational Center. Chief Inspector, Reginald French. Inspector, Andez Jones. Clerk, Tessie Davis. Clerk, Johnny Mae Graham. Clerk, Lula Harris. Clerk, Fowler Jones. Clerk, Linda Key. Absentee box, Public Safety Building. Chief Inspector, Bobby Cornelius. Clerk, Sharon Chambers. Clerk, Robert Hegler Johnson. And Clerk, Jean Cynthia Robinson. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mrs. Davis. Council, you've heard the resolution as well as all of the inspectors as well as clerks. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion? If not, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, Council on the Economic and Development Department. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to enter into and sign a contract between Michael S. Bauman for the purchase of property located at the northeast corner of the intersection of 11th Street and 5th Avenue in an amount of $250,000 plus applicable costs, closing costs. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama desires to acquire property for the purpose of economic development in the City of Phoenix City. And whereas the city wishes to enter into an agreement with Michael S. Bowden for the purchase of said property. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to enter into and sign a contract with Michael S. Bowden for the purchase of property located at the northeast corner of the intersection of 11th Street and 5th Avenue, more particularly described as Russell County Tax Parcel 57-005-06-14-204-042.000, and as described in the proposed contract for sale of real estate between Michael S. Bowden as seller and the City of Phoenix City, Alabama as purchaser in the amount of $250,000 plus applicable closing costs. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution. Council, you've all heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion, Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Green. Thank you, Mrs. Davis.
Yes, sir.
Council, we have a motion, we have a second. Any comments or discussion? Okay, if not, Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Mayor.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So you would mind?
The end is leaving.
I was gonna say, I didn't even know he was going to support.
Thank you.
I'll be good. Good morning, Mayor Council. As you guys piece that we could begin to gain control, and a piece that we could begin to work on the development of. And so as a part of that, it required us to begin to acquire multiple pieces of property. So since that time, we've acquired, what's before you today is one of the last pieces that we need so that we can begin essentially taking plans and construction phase. So that's where we are. This is the final piece in what we're referring to as the live district. And so this is directly behind me across the street from where the city council's chambers are now. I know you guys are completely familiar with what we're doing there, but for the public's sake, what we're looking to do is to create a public green space that has connectivity to the world, but also a place that we can program concerts and events and those types of things, surrounded by commercial development that supports that green space area. So while we can program it, an opportunity for nightlife, for coffee shops, for restaurants to be able to also support the program as well. So again, we're looking for those types of businesses that bring people. So that's exactly what we're looking to do. Again, this piece is one of the final pieces, but really the last piece that we need to go ahead and start the process of construction. So Mr. Hunter's asked us to take this plan a little bit further and go ahead and develop construction plans for this so we can begin. So we're really excited about it. We think this is going to be a really cool spot for the public to enjoy. A spot that we hope is going to really kick off downtown development throughout the riverfront and throughout the lower portion of downtown too. So we're pretty excited.
Michelle, let me ask you this. We own most of the property. I understand we own the building right across there, but how about that old saw shop? Are we working to get that?
So we're not really working to get that saw shop, but we do have a partner that owns that saw shop. And we feel like that with our plan to develop these construction plans, that will also be a commercial business that will support the park as well. So they're involved in multiple purchases within that same area. So we've got a friendly owner there that we're looking to work with to help develop that into something great.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Sean. You must have eaten 2 bowls. Thank you.
Practice all night.
Thank you, Sean. Any other comments?
Now, I'm just thinking about another piece we need to pay that car light.
You gotta get some more zeros on that. And I'll bring that one up myself.
Thank you again, Sean. Any other comments or discussion before I call for the vote? If not, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Abstain.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Proceeding on, council, the engineering department. We have a resolution in reference to authorize the mayor and city manager to renew the contract with Ozark Stripping Company Incorporation for bid E24-02, traffic stripping and marking, and marking at the 2024 contract unit price until August 21st, 2026. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas in previously adopted resolution number 2024-166, Ozark Striping was awarded the contract for bid number E24-02, traffic striping and markings. And whereas according to the general specifications of bid number E24-02, it states that the bid may be extended or renewed with the consent of both parties. And whereas the hot mix asphalt paving and roadway improvements contract expires August 21st, 2025. And whereas Ozark Striping has requested that the city renew the contract for bid number E24-02, traffic striping and markings for 1 additional year at the 2024 contract unit prices to August 21st, 2026. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to renew the contract with Ozark Striping Company, Inc. for bid number E24-02, traffic striping and markings at the 2024 contract unit prices until August 21st, 2026. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve it.
All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Green. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion?
Yeah, Mayor, it's good that we can continue to partner with this company for striping and paving and so forth to, once again, stay in compliance and also to make our community But I wanted to know, do we have to have a certain amount of requests in order to start some markings? And if so, how much, and do we have to?
So a part of the contract was that they need at least like 10 linear miles to come in. That can include, two center line stripings, 2 edge line stripings, but they don't come in, like, we don't have their parking lot over here repainted. They would be doing stuff like that. That right there, we're gonna call a small contractor to do. Because this contractor does a lot of state work, does a lot of long line striping, is what we call. They do the markings and everything once they are up here, but that's a separate crew that comes. But we do have to have a specified amount of striping needs for them to come up here. And that's outlined in the bid. They're not gonna come up and just paint a stop bar.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But we've had very good luck with them. We've used them quite some time, and they've always been there when we needed to come in and strike, stuff like that. So, that's what we recommend to continue with the bid.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And other comments, discussion, before I ask for the vote? None. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council on the fire department is a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to enter into and sign an agreement with emergency networking for cloud-based fire and EMS reporting incident software. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas Phenix City Fire Rescue is in need of different fire and EMS reporting incident software since the current vendor will no longer support the system. And whereas the city of Phenix City wishes to enter into an agreement with emergency networking for cloud-based fire and EMS reporting incident software. And whereas the initial cost of the software for the first year is $9,990, which includes transferring existing data, training and implementation of the software with a recurring annual subscription of $7,990 with a possibility of a 5% increase each year. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to enter into and sign an agreement with Emergency Networking for cloud-based fire and EMS reporting incident software. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution. Council, we've all heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion?
Yes, sir. Look at the chief operator on this program, how it worked, and I got another couple other questions I need to ask.
Yes, sir, Mr. Day. So every fire department in the country has to report information to the federal government. The current system differs that the country uses is old and outdated. It's been in service since 1975. So the federal government has mandated this new, more modern technology platform for us to report, to send our reports, all the information to the federal government. Basically, that's what this is about. Current product that we're using that we've had in place for 25 years, they're not going to go forward with the new mandate. So we've been scrambling ever since we found out about this to try to demo other software companies and try to come up with the best product to use for Phenix City. So that's what we're doing today.
Okay, thank you. I just want to certainly understand, I know you did a good job yesterday, but I hope the cases don't get continued as well. Chief, let me ask you something. I know this may not be related indirectly, but as I stated before, and you explained to us that our training facilities is very great.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, does that have an effect on our insuring the homeowner insurance in this area?
Yes, sir. It has an effect on residential and commercial buildings in this city. Now, when we talk about that, when we talk about just the training facility, there are other issues and other things that the city's going to have to do to completely get the ISO rating down.
Okay.
But yes, sir, the training facility was one of those items. So
So
yes, sir, it will help.
So we're still working on the other item as well.
Yes,
The reason I
sir.
asked the question
Got
because
fire stations.
once we complete these items, how do we will notify the insurance company that work in this bill, the individual homeowner insurance have to, homeowner will have to go and talk to us?
They're, the underwriters from the insurance companies, compile that data, but they're the ones who know what goes on in Phenix City. They're the ones who know how far, fire stations are from those homes and those commercial buildings. They get the information for the above water, they evaluate the entire city.
Okay. One other question, I asked this in the past, I won't say a silly question, but if you have a fire hydrant in front of your house, you put your house there, does that have an effect on your insurance?
Absolutely. It'll bring the.
Don't have an effect on mine?
Yes, sir. You don't want it to be, you don't want it to exceed 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Phenix City will require the new subdivisions for the subdivisions that have a fire hydrant of 500 feet.
So I need to contact my insurance company.
They probably already know, Mr.
That's
Brown.
what I said. Everybody can't have a fire.
Yeah, I know.
You just have to have one in
I
there.
know so many people from your home.
It just happened that way.
Yes, yeah.
You just have to have one there.
Thank you, ma'am, appreciate it.
Just to piggyback on what Chief Kennedy said, I don't specifically live in the city limits, I'm outside the city limits, but with my insurance, they look for 1,000 feet. You know, if you're within 1,000 feet, you do get a little bit of a break. If you're over 1,000 feet, there is a difference, different charge.
So I need to talk to my insurance individuals, is that what you're saying?
Yes, I mean, it's based individual coverages in individual areas. With mine, it was, my insurance was looking at, are you within 1,000 feet of fire?
Mine makes strong, so thank you for that.
Thank you, Chief Kennedy. Any other comments or discussion? It's time to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, proceeding on the Parks and Recreation Department. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to sign a contract with Pyrotechnical Fireworks Incorporation for a firework display at the Phenix City Amphitheater on December the 11th, 2025, in an amount not to exceed $17,000. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the city of Phenix City desires to provide quality entertainment for its citizens, and whereas the city of Phenix City would like to enter into a contract with Pyrotechnical Fireworks Inc. for a fireworks display at the Phenix City Amphitheater, December 11, 2025. And whereas the city of Phenix City agrees to pay a total of $17,000 split into 2 equal parts, with the first to be paid up front as a deposit and the other to be paid to the vendor the day of the show. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to sign a contract with Pyrotechnical Fireworks Inc. for a fireworks display at the Phenix City Amphitheater on December 11, 2025 in an amount not to exceed $17,000. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Councilman Green, and that's the second, Councilman Davis. We have that, Mrs.
Yes, sir.
Davis. Okay. Any comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And now, council, proceeding on the utilities department. We have a resolution in reference to accepting a proposal from Infomart to install level sensors at the water filtration plant in an amount not to exceed $11,441.60. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the Phoenix City Utilities Department operates a water filtration plant which has a chlorine dioxide generator. And whereas said generator combines chemicals, sulfuric acid and perate, to generate chlorine dioxide. And whereas the sulfuric acid and perate tanks are not equipped with level sensors. And whereas the water filtration plant needs to be able to accurately record and report chemical usage to AM. And whereas not having level sensors for these chemicals makes it impossible to accurately record and report chemical usage. And whereas the city received a quote from Infomart for level sensor, and labor in an amount of $11,441.60. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to accept a quote from Infomart to install level sensors at the water filtration plant in an amount not to exceed $11,441.60. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution. Excuse me, which council we've all heard. At this time, I'd like to ask this council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Davis. Comments or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to purchase chemical feed system skids and pumps from USA Blue Book in an amount not to exceed $27,614.20. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the Phoenix City Utilities Department operates a water filtration plant, and whereas the current chemical feed pump set up at the water filtration plant has only one pump set up to pump each chemical, and whereas the chemical feed systems need to have two pumps, duplex pump configuration, available to pump each chemical and have a spare pump to replace any pumps which have a major failure. And whereas without these pumps, the water filtration plant could lose the ability to feed some chemicals for the water treatment processes. And whereas having the pumps, valves, hoses, etc. mounted on skids, portable frames which hold the pump system will provide spill containment, organization of the hoses, valves, convenient drawdown tubes, and the ability to set up the duplex pump configuration. And whereas the city received a quote from USA Blue Book to provide chemical feed system skids and pumps at a cost of $27,614.20, which would allow us to install our existing pumps with the new pumps to have duplex pump systems and backup pumps. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to purchase chemical feed system skids and pumps from USA Blue Book in an amount not to exceed $27,614.20. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. This time I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Any comments or discussion? All right, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to hire A.N. Smith Company Incorporation to install and program new SCADA equipment and Adela Electric Incorporation to install the power supply for the raw water pump station. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phenix City operates the raw water pump station which supplies water to the water filtration plant, WFP. And whereas the existing supervisory control and data acquisition, SCADA, system for the said pump station and raw water storage tanks has failed and control to the river pump station has been lost, as well as the raw water storage tanks levels. And whereas a functioning SCADA system for the raw water pump station and raw water storage tanks is needed for the proper operation of WFP. Whereas the city has received a proposal from A.N. Smith Inc. to install new cellular SCADA equipment for $18,375. And whereas the city has received a quote from Adel Electric Inc. to install a power supply for the raw water storage tanks for $4,973.47. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to hire A.N. Smith Inc. to install and program new SCADA equipment for the raw water pump station and raw water storage tanks in an amount not to exceed $18,375, and to hire Adel Electric Inc. to install the power supply to the raw water storage tank SCADA in an amount not to exceed $4,973.47. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution, which council you've all heard. And at this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion. May I have a motion to approve? Motion, Councilman Gordon, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Green. Comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, council, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to purchase copper sulfate for this trial from Thompson, Musso, and Bellamy at a cost of $1.14 per pound for an estimated amount of $28,000. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the Phenix City Utilities Department operates a water filtration plant, and whereas algae has started to overtake the basins causing treatment problems such as a rise in turbidity, increased use of chemical, coagulant, and more frequent draining and cleaning of basins. And whereas algae can grow exponentially and overtake the basins causing major water filtration problems. And whereas a copper sulfate trial was warranted as soon as possible to control algae growth. And whereas the city received a proposal for a copper sulfate trial from Thornton, Musso, and Bellman to set up a chemical feed system, provide the copper sulfate, and perform monthly tests to determine how well the chemical controls the algae for the cost of the chemical at $1.14 per pound. And whereas, based on estimated feed rates of the chemical, the estimated cost of a 2-month trial of copper sulfate is $28,000. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to purchase copper sulfate for this trial from Thornton, Musso, and Bellman at a cost of $1.14 per pound for an estimated amount of $28,000. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've all heard the resolution. At this time, we'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion? All right, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council, is a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to hire East Alabama Glass to replace the doors of the wastewater treatment plant screw pump building in an amount not to exceed $6,900. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the wastewater treatment plant, WWTP, screw pump building has doors which are not functioning properly. And whereas for the security of the screw pump control room and the safety of the wastewater treatment plant staff, said doors need to be replaced. And whereas the city has received a quote from East Alabama Glass to replace the doors at a cost of $6,900. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to hire East Alabama Glass to replace the doors of the wastewater treatment plant screw pump building in an amount not to exceed $6,900. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Okay. Council, you've heard the resolution. At this time, may I have a motion, please? Motion to approve. Motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to hire water draining contracting corporation to perform emergency work to the sanitary sewer main along 13th Avenue and 40th Street in an amount not to exceed $18,618. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas emergency work is required on a sanitary sewer main along 13th Avenue near 40th Street. And whereas this work needs to be performed as expeditiously as possible to ensure public safety and stop a sewer overflow. And whereas Water Ready Contractor Inc. submitted a quote for repairing the sanitary sewer main for $18,618. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby declare the repair of the 13th Avenue sanitary sewer an emergency and authorizes and directs the mayor and city manager to hire Ward Grading Contractor Inc. to repair said sanitary sewer main in an amount not to exceed $18,618. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August 2025.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, you've heard the resolution. At this time, may I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Councilman Davis. Is that a second, Councilman?
Yes, thank you.
We have that, Mrs. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to ask, are there any comments or discussion?
I would like to add a comment in thanking the staff for recognizing and getting this done as soon as possible.
Thank you. Okay. At this time, council, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council, is a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to hire Ward Grading Contractor Incorporation to repair the sanitary sewer main along Mill Creek west of 7th Avenue in an amount not to exceed $46,893. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas emergency work was required on a sanitary sewer main along Mill Creek west of 7th Avenue. And whereas this work needed to be performed as expeditiously as possible to ensure public safety and stop a sewer overflow. And whereas Ward Grading Contractor Inc. submitted a quote for repairing the sanitary sewer main for $46,893. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to hire Ward Grading Contractor Inc. to repair said sanitary sewer main along Mill Creek west of 7th Avenue in an amount not to exceed $46,893. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August 2025.
Okay. Council, you've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Any comments? Discussion? All right. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on the council, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to hire Ward Grading Contractor Incorporation to permanently plug the sanitary sewer main on Mill Creek at 12th Avenue in an amount not to exceed $2,975. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the sanitary sewer main along Mill Creek at 12th Avenue has an abandoned portion of pipe which has an opening that allows creek water to enter our sanitary system. And whereas this water entering the sanitary system can cause sanitary overflows. And whereas a temporary plug has been placed in this abandoned sanitary sewer main, but a permanent plug is needed. And whereas emergency work is required to permanently plug said abandoned sanitary sewer main. And whereas this work needs to be performed as expeditiously as possible to ensure public safety and stop surface water from entering the sanitary sewer, which causes sewer overflows. And whereas Ward Grading Contractor Inc. submitted a quote for permanently plugging said sanitary sewer main for $2,975. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorizes and directs the mayor and city manager to hire Ward Grading Contractor Inc. to permanently plug the sanitary sewer main along Mill Creek at 12th Avenue in an amount not to exceed $2,975. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August 2025.
Okay. Thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for reading that resolution. Council, we've all heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Any comments or discussion, council? Okay. Not call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to hire water grading contractor incorporation to repair each sanitary sewer main along Mill Creek and 12th Avenue in an amount not to exceed $5,786. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas emergency work is required on a sanitary sewer main along Mill Creek near 12th Avenue. Whereas this work needs to be performed as expeditiously as possible to ensure public safety and stop surface water from entering the sanitary sewer, which causes sewer overflows. And whereas Water Grading Contractor Inc. submitted a quote for repairing said sanitary main for $5,786. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby declare the repair of this sanitary sewer main an emergency and authorizes and directs the mayor and city manager to hire Water Grading Contractor Inc. to repair a sanitary sewer main along Mill Creek near 12th Avenue in an amount not to exceed $5,786. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Thank you again for reading the resolution. Council, you have all heard the resolution, and at this time I'd like to ask for a motion, please. Have a motion from Councilman Gordon, this is second from Councilman Davis. We have that, Mrs. Davis.
Yes, sir.
We have a motion and we have a second. Any comments or discussion, council? All right. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on council and utilities department is a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to hire water grading contractor incorporation to repair a sanitary sewer main slope in Mill Creek near 12th Avenue in an amount not to exceed $27,383. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the bank of Mill Creek next to our sanitary sewer main near 12th Avenue has eroded severely. And whereas emergency work is required to repair said erosion along Mill Creek near 12th Avenue. And whereas this work needs to be performed as expeditiously as possible to ensure public safety and protect the sanitary sewer. And whereas Water Grading Contractor Inc. submitted a quote for repairing said slope for $27,383. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorizes and directs the mayor and city manager to hire Water Grading Contractor Inc. for slope repair in Mill Creek near 12th Avenue in an amount not to exceed $27,383. Passed, approved, and adopted this 19th day of August, 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis, for that reading of the resolution. Council refers to resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
All right, we got a motion from Councilmember Green. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Any comments or discussion, council? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on council on the ordinance, this is a second reading. It's an ordinance to amend section 4.16-C of the Various System Rules and Regulations of the City of Phenix City, Alabama. The first reading, council was on the 5th of this month. We're not actually permitted to reread the ordinance. But at this time, I would like to ask the council for a motion, please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right. Have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, next, council on the license applications. This is also second readings. It's an application for an on-premise beer license, on-premise wine license, off-premise beer license, and off-premise wine license submitted by Ram Hospitality, LLC, doing business as Hampton Inn, Phoenix City, located at 620 Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway, Phoenix City, Alabama. The first reading also, council, is on the 5th of this month. I'm not going to ask the clerk to reread it, but I will at this time like to ask for a motion from the council, please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right, I have a motion, Councilmember Green, and a second by Councilman Gordon. Okay.
Let
Mrs.
me
Davis.
ask Mayor, I've been meaning to ask, as far as our renewal of license, whether it's the alcohol license beer and wine. Is that an annual thing, or how often of a license renewal? Being asked.
I mean, don't you, once you have one, you have it. But you have to buy the license.
Maybe they like the license every year, but once you get approved, accepted, unless you try to do something wrong, you will always be able to.
Yeah, that is correct. Unless they sell or change ownership or anything like that. Once it's approved, it carries it for each year.
Okay.
Just have to purchase the business license.
Right.
Unless ownership changes, they have to go through that process. But all over again.
Let me ask you something. Now, what process does the business in this city or county, I'm almost at the city, they buy a business license here with us, Virginia, they have a county license with. Some of the business have to do that, right?
Yes.
All of them.
All of them is located.
Has to.
So all the business here in the city have to buy business license here in the city, and also the county.
Yes.
And then depends on what business you have to buy state license.
They have to buy a state license here regardless.
If you go by state,
license.
you go by what county you're in, and then you go by a city, if you're in a city.
In 2007,
They changed
it was put in place where the council charged 3/4 or 75% of what we charge.
Is that-
And that was reduced revenue for them also. That was put in place back
Was that in 2017? Was that in 2017, 2018?
2007.
2007?
And they take good advantage of it, because you pay them the privilege of being in the city. They charge me just like almost what I pay to be in the city, they charge me to be in the county, where if I was in Huttsburg, I wouldn't pay that same price.
And
So they penalize me for being located in the city.
but also, council, that's another factor. And I tell people, it's not when you're trying to start anything, but
Just read the roll.
when you're doing that, you ask about what's the investment of the county inside the city. And we're dealing with two major things there, not just property tax, but also these business licenses and stuff like that. So when you're supposed to be double protected by council and commissioners, you ask, what is your budget putting inside the city for the businesses that are inside the city? That is a true fact. And then, a lot of, when you're talking that type of money, if you're talking just simple math, if you're talking $1 million for business license in one spot, you also at that time look at 3/4, what does that come out to be?
Yeah.
It's not being really spent back there.
Every last one of these websites that you see, commercial businesses, everything else that's opening up throughout the city. Not only are they paying property tax, they're also paying business license tax and everything else to get those money fees, everything they pay. So when this city grows, revenue-wise, the county grows. We work every day to make sure both those things happen. At the same time, that people may say, well, the city is inside the county, that's correct. That is correct, that's 100% correct. But you gotta understand this, in this property, where the majority of your population at, and your businesses and everything else, that which makes the county function throughout. But at the same time, it should be a fair share of revenue that's dispensed amongst important citizens.
But the county doesn't reciprocate with their money back inside the city.
It does not, they don't do that, and that's something people might be mad about, but that's absolute truth. And I tell you, check it out for yourself.
Well, it goes back to the gas tax.
That's correct, the reason moving the gas tax. That's right, the reason moving to have legislation to remove that from where the majority of
The service
gas
station.
stations and service stations are in
Within
the
the
city.
city.
And recently opened 2 major large ones. Now, so it's other ways we have to maneuver constantly and not take care of the street. So on one day you want to say, well, the city is inside the county. Well, the city is inside the county, that means every street is inside the county.
Well, look at it like that.
You know what I mean? So we're going to be, we look at things in a different way. But that's not the way it functions. We make sure, and I'm not complaining about it, but we have put ourselves in a position to make sure we have everything in place to make sure we can take care of our citizens. But that needs to be brought up and talked about at times, you know?
Thank you, Ray. Yes, sir. Thanks, Ron. Okay, at this time, I call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, council on the license application, this is also a second reading. It's an application for an off-premise beer license and off-premise wine license submitted by, please begin this organization to the owner. Submitted by J. Range 7 Incorporation, doing business at 7 Milestone located at 3881 U.S. Highway 431 South, Phenix City, Alabama. Council, we also had a first reading on the 5th of this month. We're not asking further to reread this, but I will ask this council for a motion. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, council, so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for what you do. Again, at this time, we're grateful to have this day and this opportunity. So with that, any council member that has anything they would like to add or take away before I ask the city manager? Okay, if not, Mr.
Yeah,
Butler.
Mayor, my hand goes off to stand with you, I see it's easy to go in and stuff there, and man, like a man, words, and can you imagine somebody getting, protected? The weather, like you said, they take a little bit, you don't know what to carry around, and why the person,
Thank you.
my hat's off to him.
If I can, just, one thing I just want to explain, I abstained on the vote around Mike Allen's property because that property joins what I personally own over there. And I don't want anybody to think I've influenced or helped or denied or done anything with that property. I know we joke about it all the time being over there. We've been there since 1972. And, at some point in time, I'm sure we'll be gone. And I too want to see this area grow down through here. I certainly have spent a lot of time talking to people and doing things, trying to get them interested from the 13th Street Bridge all the way down to the Dillingham Bridge. Especially not just because I own property down through here, but it's out downtown here. Want to see us grow like Columbus. Excited to see us grow. And at some point in time, I know it's going to come around and that piece of property will cease to exist that I have over there. But until then, I will abstain on anything in this area down here for that reason. But I do want to see it grow, and I would love to see somebody do something with that back there. Because I believe if you get one section of it to take off, it's going to take off from bridge to bridge. I really do believe that. So please, if anybody's listening, come down here and talk to Sean. Come down here in the city, come over here from Columbus side, come from Auburn over the light, wherever you fall. Come up here and look at the opportunity in our area. Because that's a big opportunity here. A lot of people living downtown Columbus now. And if we can get this side of the river designed and started, we're going to have people living on this side of the river also. Columbus is not going to be on the side of those condos and apartments and all. We're going to have them over here too. We just got to get them to come to this side and realize all that's untouched. It don't take a large investment to get what we got. You go over there, you got to buy some of those buildings, properties, and everything, and then work in between existing stuff. You come over here, you just have to start from scratch. And that's a whole lot easier and a whole lot cheaper. So please get over here and talk to Sean and them down there. He needs to work.
Thank you, Mr. Day. Thank you, Mr. Day. Mr. Howard.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, thank everybody for what they're doing. While we're talking about that portion of property that's over there, we've been working with that for a good while. Did a good job at that. Sean, we've been waiting on this about, I'm gonna say something, a couple of things here. Get yourself set. Okay, one thing, as far as dealing with Mr. Biden, he's been a realtor for a long time. I'm gonna say this because we had some tough times with him at times, but I will say this, I will never take credit for a person that's having vision. And he's had vision for a long time. Along the way, as time passed by though, you own property, you have changes in subdivision regulations, you have a lot of changes. Just time just don't stand still for anyone. So as it changes, if you don't make a move this particular decade. A couple of decades away from that, he made the changes. And a lot of times we have differences when we look at what you can do and what you can't do. And you have new visionaries that's in place, whether it's councils, whether it's economic development, there's people that are looking at things that's going to enhance the city in the best way they can. But I want to say, I still don't want to be known as a person that I care, the person can dislike me or whatever. If they have a good idea, they have a good idea. If it's a good thing, it's going to enhance the city, it's going to enhance the city. And that's the way I want to make sure I stay that way, to make sure I give credit where credit's due. The other thing I want to say is, this year, I've been here a long time, I spoke on it a couple of times, but in this room right now, I'm looking, next Tuesday, we have the election. Elections affect what we do day to day in this city. We've been on the move for a long time. And we have people, and I have to remove myself this time from the incumbents that's up here, because you're here to get used to you and everything else, but those of you all that's in a run and a campaign, it's a lot of time to look into the audience and see the people that's supposed to be running against you. Nobody's here. But if I read the citizen, I look in there and I read and I see what people saying, well, we're going to make this change, we're going to make that change. I'm saying this for the person, the voters, and people that's out there don't vote to make these changes. You have to ask people sometimes, have you checked the law? When you're saying, I'm going to change this when I get in and change that, I'm going to tell you why I'm saying these things. And have you checked the law that say you can do this and you can't do that? Can you prove to people you can do these things? Because what we get stuck with, as far as department heads and people that's working here, is that when these people say these things during these campaigns and their platform, and they have to check them out when they get here, and it's said here, then they go out and tell the citizens, well, they won't let us do this, or we can't do this, and that's a lie. They hadn't checked out the law. They hadn't talked to anybody here, just like they're not sitting here today, and trying to find out how this city is running. Oh, it's a bold statement for me, but I have no figures. None. None at all. Be honest with the citizens and what you can and you can't do. The same thing that we had an audience of people yesterday, and you all was facing something from 4 terms ago of promises that council people made a change on, that they knew they would not be able to facilitate these things because we was in an area where we was on another county water system, garbage service and everything else. So they don't tell people. And when I was a fire chief, when I was in the fire service, and what Chief Kennedy had to go through, me and Bob at that time, Chief Prater had to go through, when we told people, please don't annex this in because we can't protect them. Police department is being stretched, and that council decided to be in cahoots, and they voted to be in anyway, not telling people that they wouldn't have the same services as other people. And that's what the public don't see a lot of the time. They take one small issue and try to destroy what's in place and not understand it. And I'll say this, and any candidate, I don't care who it is, can get mad at me. Once these people, you believe that lie, and they get in office, you can get mad all you want. They sitting here for 4 years. They're sitting here for 4 years. And you can't do nothing about it. So when you're voting for people, when you're looking and they're saying all these things, ask them, have they checked this out to see could they do this and make these changes? Or to come here and put their foot on the throat of these department heads to think they're going to do anything, or if you got a weak city manager that's going to break the law and do things that they shouldn't be doing. You know, the city has had a bad past. It's had a bad reputation. We've cleaned up a lot of that. A lot of people want to come to Phenix City. Anybody who want to put their blinders on and say they hadn't seen a change in Phenix City over the past decade and a half, something's wrong with them. And it's all right to be in opposition with people and to be mad at people. But some of the line, we can't stop it. But at the same time, people need to ask questions themselves. Does this exist? Is this really true? Or it's not true? Have you checked it out? Can you show me the statute? Can you show me the law on this? Can you do these things? That might be a little bit too sophisticated for some people at the same time. But you gotta understand what you're gonna have to live with, what you're gonna have to deal with. in any kind of manner. I wanted to say that, and I wanted to put that out there because I see a lot of nastiness that's going on in this election. And that's why we're dealing with the situation of voter fraud. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a couple more minutes, y'all don't mind. Let's clean up that issue. When we look at what's occurring now, some of the law changes in 2024 that even was more strict, and that's why you see what we have in hand. The last time we had voter fraud in this city, and a lot of people might take a look and say, well, how many arrests was done then, and why is it different now? Let me explain that to you. The reason why is because you had a different district attorney that you was dealing with at that particular time. You had people that was voted from commercial property that was told that was wrong. But what saved those people, the saving grace for all people who had done that, they had been told that they could do that. That was our board of registrar's office, and 2 people lost their positions down there. Mr. Gary Hitt and Jimmy Adams. I don't mind saying their name on here because it's true. And they were telling people that, so they absorbed the shocker, and they were removed and replaced at the board of registrar's office. So that freed other people, and some of those people knew they was wrong. They know good well they didn't live what they was doing. They was very dishonest, and they can get mad all they want. But that's the truth of it. But somebody relieved them of being punished because they took the shock in the bulk of it. That's what occurred during that time. We want to make sure we get those things straight and written about. You know, and that's where people looking now saying what changed. Well, people ain't caught up with what's going on out here with all this falsification and the things that's going on. Just run a clear race. You know, don't get so desperate that when you do these things, you get other people in trouble and people are following things, you know, that's in the paper. That's our city, by hiding and not saying anything, you can't clean up anything. You know, like I said on yesterday, you gotta be courageous, you gotta have courage. You know, it's not because of people being in a position where they can walk away or change, you know, for things like I am, like I can do. I've been this way since day one because I had good leadership and good people that was here, whether they was in the fire service guiding you or not. To live up to what you're saying, don't just do things to get in and fool people. You know, become clean with people that if you want to do this, because there's going to be repercussions some kind of way. But to watch the citizens and watch them be lied to and not check out the things that they need to check out to, that's sad. And of course, we working here, we know a lot more than what other people would know, the general public. But the general public need to learn to ask questions. They need to learn to come down here and check things out. They need to learn to ask that, what was that personal lawyer or whoever they got that they know, somebody within the family or something. Is this true or is this not? Well, when I'm reading in the paper, well, I'm involved with the city and I'm doing this, that, whatever. Well, I'm sitting here at every meeting and I don't see these folks. So what do you mean by that? You know, if you don't mind lying in, what are you going to do when you get in? And it's hard to run a city based off that or put in a corner. I've been long enough to see people put in corners and whether they're desperate to keep a position or not. But when we're dealing with department heads, we're dealing with people, educated people that have licenses that they can lose if they get involved in doing things that they shouldn't do. That's why it's resistance, because it's supposed to be resistance. Because they will be giving up a lot to do things that they shouldn't be doing. And people understand that. And people need to understand that. Thank you, man.
Thank you. This morning, we were able to see where a person showed sacrificial leadership. And I believe in that, which means you're willing to give it all for the sake of the whole of the team. When you get in this gig, and I can say this for this council, if you're not willing to have that type of leadership, this is not the place for you, because it's not about you. It's about what we can do for people in this community. And nothing comes to stay. Nothing. This gig, our lives, nothing comes to stay. So when you understand that, it should make it easier to do the right thing and to stand up boldly But even more importantly than that, is that if you fall and you make a mistake, you can admit it, learn from it, and try not to make it again. Now, it's not a mistake if you're trying to sneak and do something and get caught. That's not a mistake. Because if you were sneaking to do it, you knew it was wrong. So that's not a mistake. But a mistake is when you sincerely fumble or make a mistake or say something, you can admit it, learn from it, and try not to do it again. That's all we can do. And I do want to say this before I close. This council has led with those morals. And we've had to have some boldness because all of us is from this community. People know us, and quite frankly, people who knows you try to get you to do wrong things, to push you. That's where you got to have the boldness at. So with that, we thank everyone. I thank this council member. We thank our department heads. We thank this community. And we surely thank CTV Bean. And at this time, we stand.
Mayor, before we start, John, I would remind everybody in the city citizens, remind voters next Tuesday, exercise their right to vote.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. With that being said, again, thank CTV Bean for bringing this to our community. And at this time, we do stand adjourned. Thank you so much.